Hello, Sandra Champlain here, author of We Don't Die, A Skeptic's Discovery of Life After Death, and host of two podcasts. I have We Don't Die Radio with now over 400 episodes, and Shades of the Afterlife on iHeartRadio with now over 140 episodes. So if you think I'm the afterlife girl, well, perhaps I am, but what's beneath all of that is grief. There is so much pain and suffering happening in the world, not just people losing loved ones, but people losing their health. The fires that we've seen all over the world and the devastation of people losing so much causes us to grieve. And I wanted to just give you some free grief resources and also a community that I think makes a difference. Now, if you're not somebody who believes in the afterlife or you think that's a new age thing, we don't push that on you. I was somebody who never believed in this stuff myself. That's why I think I am the perfect messenger. I did a whole bunch of work based on a fear of dying to look for proof of the afterlife. And you know what? I found it. Never wanted to share it with anybody. I didn't want anybody to think I was a crazy lady, but it was around the death of my father and then the death of my father that I knew it was important not only to share what I knew about the afterlife, but what I learned about grief, that our bodies go through a change when we grieve. Gosh, don't we wish we could just turn it off? But we actually change our biology. When we think of our car and it runs on all kinds of different fluids, our humanity, our bodies work on things called neurotransmitters. And when we go through any kind of grief, they get depleted. They do. So it's not just a death of a loved one, like I said, it could be a loss of a relationship, losing your home. If you're somebody who finds yourself going into a state of mind that you're crying all the time, or you're angry, or your emotions are just all over the place, maybe your memory is not there, maybe you're tired all the time. There's all different things that happen when we deplete these healthy neurotransmitters. First thing I want to give you is a free copy of my book. Chapter 10 is How to Survive Grief. It gives so many tools as to how to move through grief to the other side. There are things that we can do, like getting sunshine, eating right, exercising, fresh air, talking to people, journaling, trying to watch or read a book, a movie, something pleasant, something to get our mind off of what is happening just for a little while can help restore those things. Being in the present moment. I know my good friend, Brian Smith, has a podcast called Grief to Growth. It's the number 2, Grief to Growth. And it is just that, how out of the ashes we can really rise again and find our purpose in life and be able to share with others and help another person. I bet you are not the same person you were 10 years ago. I know I sure am not. And I'm grateful I'm this Sandra. Of course, the old Sandra, few less pounds and maybe more dark hair, not covered with coloring, but we're not the same person. We've learned, we're wiser, and things that have happened in the past have made you who you are today. Those toughest times have given you strength, they've given you wisdom, and I'm sure that there have been people that you have been able to help based on your advice and your words because you have been there. So wherever you are right now, just be tough. I do believe in the afterlife. I do believe that we have our loved ones around us and supporting us, but it can be very difficult. We need a community. I want to offer to you, obviously, I have those two podcasts, and at the foundation of each one of them is helping people through grief. You got the free copy of my book as well. We offer what's called a free Sunday gathering each and every Sunday. And when I look at my growth over the years, I would have never thought during my darkest time, which is around the death of my dad, that I would do so much research on grief, come up with some information that has helped heal and help so many people, that I would be confident to share what I believe. I'm the author of the book We Don't Die, A Skeptic's Discovery of Life After Death, now 10 years old. Podcast number 1 is 9 years old. Podcast number 2 is 2 years old. And continually, these words are out in the going out to the public to make a difference. I count my blessings because many years ago I met some very, very good friends just on my adventure of what to believe. I met Scott Milligan and his partner Darren Wynn. Through them, I got introduced to a great medium team, Carrie McLeod and Philip Dykes. And we've had fun together, but we've also been able to make a difference together. And I remember we were at a amusement park and Darren, Scott, and I were waiting in line. I think it was the Harry Potter ride, if I'm not mistaken. And we had just attended a spiritualist church service. And spiritualism is something where people believe in the afterlife. And at the end of every service, they give readings to people in the community. Unfortunately, the service we had gone to left something to be desired. The mediums were just shouting out information, and the people, the recipients, didn't even get a chance to say yes or no. And Darren and I kind of whispered to each other that the next time we do a live event, we're going to do our own gathering of some sort. But that got put on the back burner. We got back on with our lives. And then fast forward to March of 2020, when the earth came to a standstill due to COVID. I'm so grateful to my friends because what we did is we ignited that thought of doing some kind of a Sunday service and joined together with Scott Milligan, Darren, Carrie, Phil, and I came together and we said, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know exactly what Zoom is, but we're going to try to do something to help people not only believe in an afterlife, but more so to have a community, have help through grief, each week have a different theme, have happy music, be there to inspire, and make it something that we want to attend each and every week. Scott, after a few months, he's very busy with his work as a medium. So it's Darren, Carrie, Phil, and I that have kept the reins going. And of course, Scott makes an appearance now and again, and we love him for that. We just celebrated Sunday gathering number 177. This was going to be a short-term thing just to get through this thing called COVID. And I have to be honest with you, I can't imagine not doing the Sunday gathering until the day I die. And then probably after that, I'm sure by then we'll have some younger folks that will come along and take the reins. And of course, we'll still be a part of it. But come join our Sunday gathering. It's completely free. They are about 90 minutes. They are every Sunday at 2 p.m. New York time. If you can't join live, the registration link becomes the replay link. I've never had any great long-term relationships in my life, but I have with the Sunday gathering. My butt is in a chair in front of a computer at 2 p.m. each and every Sunday, and I have not missed a single one. We invite you to come. We have a beautiful community of several hundred people that come to our Sunday gathering, some live and some watch the video replay. We've made friends with people all around the world. Each week, whether it's Darren, myself, or Carrie or Phil, we get the reins of the Sunday gathering. We're the chairperson. So we get to pick the music. We get to pick the theme, who's doing what. On occasion, we have guest mediums come in, but normally we have mediums from our own community. We've got some beautiful people that have come from and are part of our weekly mediumship classes. And we love just to share. We love it. We absolutely love it. One week, well, it was last October. It was Oktoberfest with me. Everybody brought a glass of something. I was non-alcoholic, and we made a toast. We've got a great one coming up with some people. Tim and Craig, you know who you are, and we're going to do like blockbuster movie themes. And we keep them lighthearted. We keep them with that message that pulls us all together and helps us for the week ahead to know that we're not alone, that we are more powerful than we know ourselves to be, to not listen to that little voice in our head that has us either worried about the future or stewing upon the past. The present moment, I do think that's where new ideas come from. That's where our loved ones can let us know that they are with us. We're not alone. Go to wedon'tdie.com. You can click on the store page. The free things and the not free things are all listed there in order of what's coming up next. We do invite you to join us. It is a home away from home. I may never meet some of the people that come to the Sunday gathering, but I know there's been people all around the world who have been sitting in their seats. Some well, we're into our 4th year now, and some just kind of come along, not knowing what they're attending, but like it, and they come back. We are here for you. If you're going through tough times, please just reach out. We are friends. So if you'd like to come visit Carrie, Phil, Darren, and I on a Sunday gathering and our community, we would love you to do that. And please don't forget, if you want a free copy of my book, if you don't have one already, go to wedon'tdie.com, scroll to the bottom of the page. There's a place to input your name and your email address, and it says, get the first few chapters of Sandra's book. You know what? It's actually the whole book. It's all there. Chapter 10 is about grief. I think it's the most important chapter. You, my friend, you're not alone. You've got us, even if we haven't met. We are good people. We care. And around you, I do believe, I know that there is a whole group of people called your loved ones, maybe even some guides in there as well. Yesterday, just one last thing, I got the gift of being able to be part of Sonia Rinaldi's presentation on people from the afterlife, showing their faces in her experiments. It was incredible, just absolutely incredible. For over 30 years, this little lady in Brazil has been doing all kinds of strange experiments free of charge with parents, with people, all in the name of research. And people's loved ones come through. No matter how they passed, they show up with smiles on their face, looking healthy and well. And it's real. So with that, thank you for taking the time to watch this. I know you're going through some tough times, or you may be. Just reach out or read that chapter about grief, and we are here for you. So Sandra Champlain from wedon'tdie.com, signing off.